I went to do some work at the Brentwood Mall, and so while I'm trying to get out of the parking lot, trying to back up, I'm looking at the mirrors, I'm looking at the camera, backup camera, and suddenly, so I'm backing up slowly while scanning the mirrors, and suddenly a guy shows up in the back, the rear camera, and scared me suddenly. So I had to press on brakes, like I hit the brakes hard, but he did not even blink. He kept going while he was blowing his nose. Okay, so I thought, okay, guys, people get sick, they should stay home. But anyway, so I thought, why a pedestrian doesn't look? If they see a car backing up, they should, stop and wave the driver or whatever, do something. But no, here is Canada, so many people, they think they have the right of way as a pedestrians, and they don't care if they get hit, if the driver run away or something. Anyway, so I thought that was kind of a irresponsible adult. He was in his maybe 60s, gray hair. Then, so he was blowing his nose, and then he had to meet a guy, like a big bulky guy. They shook hands, and I thought, ooh, nice. That's the way you pass the germs from one to another. So of course you can't point finger at the guy, accuse the guy of carrying some nasty virus, but it's about the mental attitude. So I got in a panic because of so many people are like that. They don't really care about hygiene and protecting others. They just pass it on. And so I decided, when I go shopping, I'm going shopping, so I carry Lysol. So every time I see someone, I look if it's someone who don't wear mask or something, I'm going to spray that person right into the not in the face, maybe in the body or something. And if they comment, I say, you know what, this is contain a chemical that is against all sorts of viruses, and it's like a norovirus, hepatitis A virus, influenza A virus, New Caledonia something, avian influenza. So at least 20 viruses listed on this thing, so it says it can kill. So then of course I wear my gloves. I'll make sure I won't pick my nose, and I'm fully protected. Even someone want to spit me on the face for wearing mask, I have my glasses on, so the spit won't get the germs into my body, right? So that's the way I protect other people from getting sick. I'm a responsible citizen. Actually, I'm not a Canadian citizen, but I'm one of those guys living around here. So I drove out of the mall, or the mall parking lot, and I look at the street and I say, oh, it's kind of empty. Who's on the street? Let's see. And I'm looking, I see a couple of people from Asia down looking at their cell phone screens, so you can recognize them if you don't see the face features. Then you look and say, okay, yeah, looking at the screen. So you don't know if he's Asian or not, but if you look, if they look at the screen while in a bus stop or in a bus or even walking on the street, then you say, oh yeah, that must be from an Asian country, because they are so easily to be manipulated by the media. And so I saw those. Then no many cars on the street, and I said, "Ooh, maybe everyone is hiding." But it's a different. It's different. Like before the war, before the storm, when people read the news, watch the weather news, they all go inside and hide like animals. When animals sense the danger, like the hurricane coming, they all hide. The same with humans. Now, because the humans don't have those senses to sense the these big nasty weather events or earthquakes and stuff, they listen to external sensors, external sensors like weather stations and all those prediction software, the environment agencies, and when those predict something coming, like a big storm is coming, everyone is gathering food and stuff, and they hide. So it's very similar type of kind of environment and attitude. No, it's like something is coming, some big nasty thing is coming, and I hear that businesses are shutting down. Lots of companies decided, it's turn off the tap because they don't have traffic, especially those connected to big crowd events like sporting events, theaters, like even theaters here shut down, big theater, cinemas. So it's something that I don't know how real is going to be, but followers follow, right? So if one big company starts giving some clues to smaller companies, or smaller company who depend on that big company, if the big company shuts down because they can afford it, the smaller company has no work, can't afford it. So what the workers do, right? Someone has to pay those people staying at home, and it's not cheap because it's not like you go to India, somewhere in north of India, or somewhere where people can live for $1 a day. Here, no, people will not give up to their lifestyle here. Here, people want, oh yeah, you know what? Do you think I can survive without my big steak? No. Do you think I can survive without having 20 lights in my house and the heat? It's too hard to find a blanket to use a blanket and turn down your energy supply, your heat or your natural gas, because someone in the north of BC or other parts of the country, workers who supply this type of services and energy, they are union, like gas workers, oil workers, energy sector like hydro, BC Hydro, and those are union. And guess what? They can afford to shut down and go home. And many of those are automated. Let's say hydroelectric dams, lots of them are automated, but you still have to have some people there. And I don't know if they can keep the tap on, or I mean, you cannot shut the dam off and send people home, but I don't know how it's going to happen with natural gas, because if you just leave the gas flowing and you don't have enough people to monitor devices and systems, what you do? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't want to get into detail and talk something that I don't know how it works. But I'm thinking some of these big suppliers, even food suppliers, are union, and they can afford to stay home for a couple of weeks, right? So how things are going to be, how people are going to share the resources, share the food, share the energy, and it's going to be a bit of a challenge, and could be just a fake panic, like a 2000 year 2000, the end of the world scare, that because the computer will do something stupid, is going to cause a lot of havoc and a lot of trouble. Who knows? See you later. I just touched something at the washroom. You can have hundreds of methods of protection, but you have that weak link in the chain, right? The weak link theory. You can have lots of locks, but if one lock is weak, the thief gets in through that lock. Yes. So fear, people fear is the biggest enemy, right? So just wash your hands. Wash your hands and maintain some basic hygiene and be relaxed, because being relaxed is better for your immune system, especially if you get some vitamins and some fruits and some natural food. It's better for your immune system and for your mind, mental health, and for your family than being scared and living the bullshit life. Okay, so just the basics. Okay, don't get into panic. Don't be a follower. Okay, so, and if you trust in some God or something, will work out miracles. Take care. Bye bye.